Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to come on here real quick. This video is gonna be impromptu. I just kind of want to talk about a recent life update that has happened in my life. If you don't know, for the past 2 months and a half, I've been doing this 75-day hard challenge. So you may be like, what's the 75-day hard? 75-day hard is a mental challenge. And it's where for 75 days you do these particular things. 1, follow a specific diet. So no cheat meals, no fast food, no alcohol. The diet that I did was just going to a calorie deficit and try to eat more food that was like anti-inflammatory. I don't know, I just went to Whole Foods and got a whole bunch of food. I was like, it's Whole Foods, it can't be that bad, right? 2 45-minute workouts and 1 has to be outside. Drink a gallon of water per day. Take a progress picture and read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. And I am excited to announce that on today, October 14th, I have officially completed the 75-day hard challenge, and I'm so proud of myself. Like, I don't know, just to have like a vulnerable moment for you. This has been like one big crazy year, and I just kind of felt myself getting to a point to where I just didn't feel as motivated with stuff. I felt stagnant. That's the word I'm looking for. I felt very stagnant. And I remember, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm turning 26. I'm like, okay, I'm more so closer to 30 than I am 20 now. Let's just call it what it is. And that's not a bad thing. I think getting older is a blessing. But it's like the man that I want to be and the kind of things I want to do as I get closer to my 30s, what am I doing to kind of to birth that? Because I was just looking at the bad habits that I was carrying, and then plus I had gained a lot of weight. I was just looking at the habits I was carrying, and I was just like, okay, I'm really like mapping out my goals. Because I feel like we all have goals. We all have things we want to come. I'm really mapping out my goals. I want to do this, I want to do that. I was like, it's no way possible I can get to those goals in the mindset that I'm in. I slacked in a lot of areas, and that's with me giving myself grace. But I knew I needed something to help jumpstart and help rediscipline myself. So it was around my birthday, I saw this challenge, and I was like, I want to do it. But I was like, I need to just like prep. So I was like, I'm gonna give myself the month of July to just have my birthday, turn up, have fun, do all that. And I was like, okay, August 1st, we're gonna do it. And August 1st, I did it. And I was like, I'm not gonna make it public. I was like, I don't wanna make this public because I just know how people are. I don't want people in my business. I don't want people like just sending like evil eye energy, just being like, you ain't gonna do it. Cause I feel like you can feel that. And I just didn't want people just like eyeing this. I don't know, I was like, it's too much shit, but I just decided last minute to make it public. Oh, another big reason why I didn't wanna make it public, cause I was like, this is something that's serious. I don't want to make this public and get lost in the realm of like trying to make content, or just get lost in the realm of like, oh, I gotta make sure I take this picture. But like, I didn't want to do none of that. Like, I just wanted to really stay focused with this challenge because I needed that for me. I had to show up for myself somewhere. But I decided to go and make it public the last second because I was like, you just never know who might be inspired. You may never know who just look forward to it. So I was like, let's look at the good and not just the bad. I did it August 1st. I was just posting, I was just showing up for myself. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not easy at first. I think it was like day 7, day 8. I was like, I cannot do this. But the spirit of, I'm not gonna let them say, I knew you can do it. Like the spirit of just knowing that like once I made it public, it was just no going back. That's literally what kept me going. I was just like, look, 75 days in retrospect, it really would go by like that. Like I was like, I don't want to just start something and quit, and then I look up here come October 14th, I'd be like, see, you knew you could have did that. That's why I always tell people it wasn't a weight loss challenge, but you know, if weight loss happened, I mean, I'm grateful for that. I think I lost a lot in inches. I haven't weighed myself. It's still this Saturday. I'm gonna weigh myself and do all that in the morning, and I'm gonna record it for the people who want to see it, and I'll attach it at the end. This was like shirts and clothes. I've noticed they felt like a lot looser. Look, I had to pull my pants out. I'm scared of me. What I noticed on this channel, the hard part was really the mental part. Like working out, I could have easily like went outside, go for a walk, because that's what I did. I went outside and I walked for 45 minutes. I feel like that, just being outside, it really just worked out the mental alone. Then afterwards, I would go to the gym, do my workout, whatever. I noticed like, that was the easy part, like really just sitting there and just reading, and I also did stuff like meditating, reading my Bible, playing stuff like that, but really just like sitting in front of whatever feelings come up and just don't have like an escape to just like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a shot or just go to tequilas with my friends and just like do that. Even though those are okay, you don't wanna rely on that. It's just like being in a vicinity to where like I'm meditating, I'm just really seeing all these feelings come up and I'm just like, where's the tackling head on? What's the feel all the time? It's a rewarding process, you know? Being able to navigate through that, journaling all of that, shifting through my emotions in a healthy way, man, it's really just been an uplifting process. Now the books, I ain't gonna lie, some days I felt like reading them, some days I didn't feel like reading them. It's a human thing. But let me show you the book books that I read during this process. Yeah, the first book I was reading was this book, but it just really showed me like how a lot of guys have that nice guy syndrome. Like they just think, oh, I'm a nice guy, but it's like, you're really not a nice guy. You're just trying to do the opposite effect of what you think the other guys are doing. And you may be wondering like, oh, well, why is this person being mean to me? Why can't I get this woman a man? Or why can't I do this? I'm such a nice guy. You're really not a nice guy. You really can garner some evil and hateful and resentful acts. And when you resent in that, you feel like it's long overdue because you're a nice guy. The whole time you just need to heal. And I really like how the books kind of help men to discover their manhood. Like, not saying you have to walk around like an a-hole, but it's okay to just be like, no, I don't like this, or no, I don't have to like become, I don't want to use the word submissive, but I don't have to demean my worth to try to prove I'm better than everybody, thinking that's gonna give me nice traits, because nobody owe you nothing. They can, they not, but you're not really gonna get a treat if you're a good or bad person, if that makes sense. And a lot of people who are deemed like the bad guy, they're not really bad guys. They're just people who know what they want and give what they want, to a certain extent though. So the book of this is just like, hey, stand up for yourself. I really like this book, and it really made me look at a lot of people on TV, or just like a lot of guys, like, oh, you got that nice guy syndrome. I'm not gonna say who, but it reminded me of this one guy I saw on TV who thought if he overdid it in one aspect, like if he overdid it with like cooking, overdid it in gifts, overdid it with love, even if it wasn't genuine, if he overdid it in that aspect, it was gonna make this woman love him, and it didn't. It wasn't so much the actions, it was just you. And with it just being you, it's nothing that you could have did to change this woman's mind. And I feel like he saw the signs, but you know, that nice guy syndrome was like, well, if I keep going more, I should get this in return. And just some people just don't like that. Everything I read in that book reminded me of him. I'm not gonna say who, just catch it. I thought this was really good. I just stopped reading because it just got repetitive after a while. I then started reading this book right here, Think and Grow Rich. I really like this book. I really enjoyed this book. I feel like this book has a lot of gems in it, and it has a lot of stuff in this book that I marked to go back and reread. I feel like this is a book that I would definitely have to reread again. But this book is not like a get rich quick scheme. This is a book about putting yourself in the mindset of how do you want to be rich or just have money, because money is just energy. All this stuff is just energy. So if you're not in the mindset of like, yeah, this is what attracting to me, it's just not gonna attract you. That's why I always be like, stop saying I'm gonna chase the bag. Why is the bag running away from you? The bag should just naturally attract to you. And it just tells you about the 13 basic steps you need to have in order to get to this mindset. Number one being desire. If you don't have no type of desire, if you don't have no type of ambition, nothing's gonna come to you. And that's for anything, not even just money. I had me doing this one activity that I still do to this day, every morning and evening. And the one thing this book taught me, it was just like, you're gonna learn a lot of knowledge, but what do you do with the knowledge that you get? Put it to use, or you just let it run out like a faucet. So I really like this book. I highly recommend it. So after I finished this book, because I did finish this book, I am currently reading the 48 Laws of Power. I'm on I just got to Law 45 today. This is a really good book. I always say, if you know how people manipulate, it'll be less likely for you to be manipulated. I think this is a book that everybody should read at least once in their lifetime, because it really shows like this is how people work. I know with some people saying like, oh, this book is, you know, wrong. It's had a lot of controversy, but just saying like, look, you don't have to do these necessarily practice. You don't have to do X, Y, and Z, but you need to be mindful. This is how some people think. And everything I read in this book, I was like, yeah, I've seen at least one person, I've seen at least something happen to where people had tried to do that. Like one of my favorite stories was the Indian girl, the charm of so many people, like all these dancers, like all these girls wanted to be dancers, but it was just something about her. She looked about the same as all the other girls, and her dancing wasn't all that. She just had this mystery to her. Turns out years later, the girl was arrested. She was like a German spy, but that's a very critical moment. All these other girls is like, look at me, I wanna dance, I wanna dance. Here she comes just acting like she don't care, which enticed a lot of people and surrounded a lot of mystery surrounding her and made them want to invest in her more. Her goal was never to be a dancer, her goal was to be a spy. She was just trying to get as much information as possible. And it just goes back to saying like, when you say too much or do too much, it kills the illusion. Like all them other girls was like, I wanna dance, I wanna dance. Well, now they know you wanna dance, and it kind of kills the mystery. But for this one, it was just like, oh, what is it about you that you have such this nonchalant attitude? Not saying just be nonchalant, but it's like people can feel that desperation. Like, you ever notice like how you can tell who's trying to go viral? You can tell who's like trying to do too much to have a viral moment, opposed to people who just, you could just feel that real raw energy. It's kind of like the same. It wasn't that spy goal to be a dancer, but because she played on their illusion, and because, you know, she didn't do too much, it helped her get into the necessary spaces. Like they said, when you say too much, the illusion. But when you say less, or like you do less, or you just, you know, give them room to think. People like to think, people like to play into that, they create their own fantasy. But that was just the books I was reading. On top of that, I was trying to make sure I at least got 10 minutes of meditation in. I didn't do it every day, like every other day, because I feel like when you are just at a meditation meditative mindset, your mind is just calm. It's just not on tense all the time. You can better sort through things. It's a proven fact. We look at somebody's mind that meditates every day versus someone's mind who don't meditate. It's like two different brains. And then of course, it'll be selfish of me to not give praise to God, because if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for me being in my Bible plans, reading my Bible, praying, asking God, like, you know, just continue to let Jesus guide me. If you're not a religious person, you might check out right here, but this is for the people who is very religious. A religious person, I feel like I gotta give them your praise, man. And just the chapter that I feel like God is gonna take me into, I could not have any seed of doubt, especially knowing like God is on my side. He's just been blessing me so much. I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. God is truly amazing. I would not be here if it wasn't for me getting back devoted to my faith. I'm not here to convert nobody or try to get you to see, but just for me, in my mouth, I have to fix my mouth to give him the praise and give him the utmost respect, because man, it's been some moments, it's been some time. It's been times when I've just been crying and just like, God, please just show me the way. And he's just continued to just overflow me with blessings. If I had the word count to just truly explain it, I don't think I could. Like, I'm just loving reforming that connection with him, getting back into my Bible, just reading stuff, being mindful of the things I consume. Like, all of that stuff makes a difference. Like, putting my little affirmations, saying my affirmation. It sounds so cliche, but all of that stuff makes a difference. And hopefully this next chapter I'm about to embark on, it's just as good. Like, so many people ask me, well, what are you gonna do now? Probably the same thing. You know, the same thing for 75 days. Like, I don't really know what else to do. Now, Sunday, I am gonna force myself to rest. Even though I low-key feel guilty doing it, I'm like, but I'm gonna force myself to just rest, soaking some Epsom salt, give myself that day to just rejuvenate. I might take it easy for the week, but after that, I'm gonna hop into like phase 1, because there's different phases you can do post a challenge. I'm gonna hop into phase 1 and just continue doing it, because it's just a lifestyle. Just blessed. I just wanna say thank you to everybody who's just reached out, sent good words of encouragement, the different sponsorships. Like I said, this challenge really went bigger than what I expected, because freaking Halos, the low calorie ice cream company, they sent me some free ice cream. Like, hey, we love what you're doing. Here's this. Different workout guys, they sent me different workout plans and advice, and shout out to the people who have those workout plans. Are definitely gonna go into full effect. I appreciate it. Things I've got sent from the TikTok shop, from the viral push-up board, to my new skill I'm about to, like, it's just been an overflow of emotions, and I'm just so proud. Like, today I was getting emotional just thinking about like, wow, like, you really did it. And I feel like what this really taught me is just like, stop having that seed of doubt in the back of your head, because even though I knew from the beginning, once I put my mind into it, I'm going to complete it. It's always just that voice in the like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is what all of this is teaching me. Like, just get rid of that self-doubt. Like, everything that I've always wanted to do in my lifetime, I have done it and I have accomplished it. The stuff that I've really applied myself to, I did it. I had the choice to either say if I want to continue to do it or not continue, but everything I put my mind to, everything I applied myself to, I had to be like, Malik, you have done it. So stop having this seed of doubt, especially with this next chapter I'm about to embark on, especially the things that I want to get done. There's no room for any of that. Like, we have to just, of course, be human and have to give yourself grace, but any like, no, I don't know. Like, I told myself, like, get used to the word no. That's gonna be probably the word you hear the most in this lifetime. Like, how are you gonna bounce back from rejection? How are you gonna bounce back from, are you gonna let it defy you? I choose not to, and that's just how I choose to just live this life, man. That's all I have to say. I completed a 75-day hard. 95% of people who attempted fail. So I'm gonna insert like all my results at the end. But thank you guys so much for just being along this journey. Yeah, man, I love y'all. Just thank y'all. So here's my 75-day hard challenge before and after results. I'm gonna show y'all the pictures. And I'm also gonna weigh in today with my new Bluetooth YZ scale I got from the TikTok shop. Okay. All right, so this is the front view. This was me August 1st, day 1 of the 75-day hard. And this is me today, post 75-day hard. This is my side view with the arms down from day 1. Side view with the arms down, day 75. This is the arms out side view from day 1. And this is my arms out view, day 75. And then this is my back from day 1. And then this is my back on day 75. So on day 1, I weighed in at 271. And I'm gonna weigh in with this. It's a Bluetooth scale, so you connect it to your phone, and it tells you your body fat and your muscle mass. So I'm finna download the app and let's hop on this bad boy. So I just weighed in, ignore my toe. So 75 days later, I'm 260.1, so that means I lost 11 pounds, okay? And then you go on the app and it tells you how much of that is made up of body fat, muscle mass, etc., etc. So hey, a win is a win. Thank y'all for being on this journey with me. Everybody keep asking me what's next. I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I think that was the hack. I did it for so long, I don't know what else to do. I'm forcing myself to rest and soak in some Epsom salt today. And this week, I'm gonna just take it easy. But next week, I'm gonna hop into phase 1 and we're gonna do what we do. I just wanna update y'all every day. This is when the real task begin. But thank y'all for being on this journey and I hope y'all enjoy.